Hey, I'm Joshua Jarvis, and I wanted to talk to you about the kingdom-driven leader. And the kingdom-driven leader is really a leader who's driven towards the kingdom. That means the kingdom of God. So basically, it's a leader who is taking the responsibility of growing the kingdom and really using their influence in that way to influence those things. But it's not just for Christians, believe it or not. These principles that we talk about at the Kingdom Driven Leader at jrjarvis.com, when we talk about leadership, these are leadership principles. These aren't just Bible lessons. So what I mean by that is that they work for anyone who actually implements them. If you've ever seen someone successful and they're not a Christian, right? A lot of the people that are successful are not Christians, but there are leadership principles or success principles that they're utilizing in some sort of way to succeed. And it turns out that most of the success principles, in fact, I think all of them, have some sort of tie back to a biblical principle that is like so something biblical that sort of reinforces that principle. You know, things like simple things like integrity or building trust to build a team. Like those things come from the Bible as well. So when you're reading about these things, they're not just sort of Bible lessons that you would put away. This is a Sunday morning conversation. No. These are things that you can actually implement in your daily life. And be very successful at. In fact, I look at all the books right now that are bestsellers, and they're all espousing these principles that have they may not know that they have ties back to the Bible. They may not those principles may not have come from the Bible itself, but there are Bible lessons that sort of back that up, and so that's really exciting. So for the Kingdom Driven Leader, that's what it's all about. Now, we're talking specifically to people who see themselves as leaders. Now, let me ask you. If you think of yourself as a leader. Yeah, if you answered no, you are wrong. Everyone is a leader of some sort. Everyone has influence. John Maxwell said that leadership is influence, and every person has some measure of influence. Sometimes it's just in the people that you interact with on the way to the store. So if you're a coworker, if you're working at a fast food place, you still have an influence in the workplace that you're at, even if you don't consider yourself, and maybe your peers don't consider yourself a leader or consider you a leader because of your job, your position. So leadership is not necessarily a position in a sense that you are at a certain kind of job. Leadership is actually about the influence that you are exerting over and how intentional you are with that. So as a business owner, when we talk to entrepreneurs and business owners about leadership, what's important for them to understand is that they typically are in that survival state, and then once they get past the first 2 to 5 years, they go into a state of success. And typically, business owners will leave Jesus at home, and they will maybe give money to the poor or charity or whatever. But that's kind of where they stop. And what Kingdom Driven Leader is really about is teaching the fundamentals of leadership, but then also taking that and going beyond just the sort of giving and charity mantra, and actually taking your business and using that to change the world. And that's what I believe. I believe that businesses can change the world because you have the systems, you have the logistics, you have people all working together in unity to accomplish a goal. And if that goal has enough profit, enough resources, you can actually accomplish it. And so you can do some pretty exciting things. And there are businesses all over the world that are doing this. It's just that they're in the minority, surprisingly. And so if you've come to the website at all and you read my article about Coca-Cola, you can see that Coca-Cola could end world thirst. They literally could, and it wouldn't take that much off their bottom line. In fact, if anything, it would increase the number of sales because obviously the goodwill that would be produced by ending world thirst and providing clean water to the nations of the world. So in any case, what is Kingdom Driven Leader? Is simply a leader that wants to expand the kingdom of God by stewarding the resources they've been given and being very intentional about how they are leading. So if that's you, you want to grow your leadership, you want to grow your impact, then join us at jrjarvis.com for Kingdom Driven Leader content. As always, I'd love your comments. I'd love your thoughts on this. It's always a kind of a developing thought as I meet new business owners that have taken it in new directions, and be on the lookout for the book, The Kingdom Driven Leader, being released later. And if you want to know when this gets released, please go ahead and go to the site, jrjarvis.com, and go ahead and drop your email in there, and we will let you know as soon as that is released, or the pre-release party, or however it works. I will let you know. So thanks so much for watching, and make it a great day.